Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna. You came. Okay, so we thought we'll have a same ID for Japa and Kannada Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, everything same, so that we don't have to run around for so many IDs. Okay. Hare Krishna. We'll start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudire Nashtaprayeshu Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramanandhamadhavam Chaitanyamishwaram Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
1 second, Ramesh. Hare Krishna. 1 second. Devotees who can keep your camera on, please keep your camera on so that they can interact better. Okay, we read 33, right, today?
Yes, Prabhuji, 33. I have to read, Prabhuji.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Text Srimad Bhagavatam 2.6.33. Iti te abhihitam tata yatedam anuprachyasi nananyad bhagavata kischet bhavayam sada asad atmakam. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. My dear son, whatever you inquired from me, I have thus explained unto you, and you must know for certain that whatever there is, either as cause or as effect, both in the material and spiritual worlds, is dependent on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport: the complete cosmic situation, both in the material and in the spiritual manifestations of the energies of the Lord, is working and moving first as the cause and then as the effect. But the original cause is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Effects of the original cause become the causes of other effects, and thus everything, either permanent or temporary, is working as cause and effect. And because the Lord is the primeval cause of all persons and all energies, he is called the cause of all causes, as confirmed in the Brahma Samhita as well as in the Bhagavad Gita. The Brahma Samhita 5.1 affirms Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. And in the Bhagavad Gita 10.8, it is said, अहं सर्वस्य प्रभावो मत्त सर्वं प्रवर्तते इति मत्वा भजन्ते मां बुद्धः भावसमान्वितः. So the original primeval cause is Vigraha, the personal and the impersonal spiritual effulgence. Brahma Jyoti is also an effect of the Supreme Brahman. Brahmano iti pratishta aham, Lord Sri Krishna. So here, one sec. Ah, yes. So here, what I understood is Prabhuji that Krishna is like always you have been telling in the Brahma Samhita, it is told that Ishvara Parama Krishna, that Krishna is a cause of all causes, and and there is nothing beyond him, before him, and after him. And it is stated in this Brahma Samhita shloka also, and also in the Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna states that I am everything. I am the reason for everything, and everything exists in me, and I am in everything. His everything, all the causes, whatever happens, ultimately the effect and the cause are all because of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. This is what I understood, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, Brahmaji is telling to Arjuna, sorry, Narada Muni, my dear son, whatever you inquired from me, I have thus explained unto you. You must know for certain. See, this is the wordings for certain that whatever there is, whatever, either material or spiritual, both manifested and manifested, everything is dependent on Supreme Personality Godhead. Actually, this is the summum bonum of all the knowledge. All that we need to know this. If you know this, there is nothing more to know. Whatever it is, whether spiritual, material, manifested, unmanifested, personal, impersonal, everything is depending on Krishna, Supreme Personality Godhead. That's the Prabhupada in the purport explains the whatever is that moving and first is a cause and effect. So he is the cause, and the effect of this is also cause for the next. So Prabhupada, as Mataji also explained that, Prabhupada quoting from Brahma Samhita, Ishvaraha Parama Krishnaha Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Sarva Karana Karana. So Sarva Karana Karana. Anadir means there is no beginning. See, this is the greatness of Sanatana Dharma. There is no beginning. That's why called Sanatana, eternal. There's no beginning, there's no ending also. If somebody says that I will destroy Sanatana Dharma, it's not possible. Because Sanatana Dharma sustained 800 years of Mughal attack, 200 years of British attack, and another 70 years of our the so-called democratic or so-called the government. And today's effect of social media, still it's affecting. Still attack is happening Sanatana Dharma, but still is there because Sanatana Dharma has got so much grounded, it's rooted. It's not so easy to destroy it because the cause and effect is coming from Krishna. The origin is coming from Krishna. And there is no individual person is involved in that. Prabhupada also quoting from Bhagavad Gita, Am sarvasya prabho matha sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante ma buddha bhava samanvitaha. He says everything coming from me. Matva sarvam pravartate, everything. But iti matva bhajante ma, those who worship me, Buddha bhava saman, for them I have special. So that is the point here. So all that we need to know, Krishna is a source. And we as a practicing devotees, we don't have to, scratch our brain, simply accept what Acharya is saying that. Acharya is giving us a very simple method, chant 16 rounds, follow four regular principles, and preach and eat prasadam. One of the lecture, His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj says that Prabhupada has made our life so simple. Bhakti is so easy. Get up, chant 16 rounds, cook nice bhoga for the Lord, offer, and eat nicely. Sing, dance, relax. That's it. And go and distribute books. It's so easy, right? But bhakti is not difficult. But when I complicate myself, it becomes difficult. Otherwise, performing bhakti is so easy. Prabhupada one place says that people are working so hard, earn some money. But my temple is always full. I don't need to work. Krishna provides. There is no need, but doesn't mean that grahastha should not work. Point to that, the atyahara or ugra karma is not required. Atyahara means accumulating more than what is required. Ugra karma means working more than what is required. So this is the balancing, especially the grahasthas. We should balance between these two. What is atyahara? What is ugra karma? Atyahara, how much I need, whether food or entertainment or any luxury. I need to have a kind of the bar. Where should I stop? I cannot, desire or demand more than what I can, what you call, I'm entitled for. Kannada, there is a proverb saying, chape destu kalu chachun. How much I am? That's it. If I have 100 rupees, spend 60, 70 rupees. Keep 30 rupees for the future. That's the way I should. And Ugra Karma also not required. Ugra Karma means working 18 hours, 20 hours, thinking that I will make money. No. Such people, they will work maybe few years, then end up in hospital and finish. Whatever they work is gone. That's not required. Health is required, body is required, taking care of soul is also required. Balancing has to happen. This is the specialty of Grasta life. Grasta should know where should draw balance. And whatever I'm destined as my karma, I'll get it. I don't have to do Ugra karma. So that's why Prabhupada is saying here, E is the cause, E is the effect. If I know that, I'll work within that. If I depend on Krishna completely, my whole life becomes easy and peaceful at the same time. I'll be contented, whatever I have. That should be the specialty of Grihasthas. I mean, sannyasis, brahmacharis, they don't work. They work for Krishna. They don't work like us for earning money. But there are cases proper disciples worked because when temple had no money, they went out and worked and given the full money to Prabhupada or temple to maintain the temple. Krishna's sake, yes, they worked. But otherwise, they generally don't work. They work, like morning, 3 o'clock, they get up to Mangalarati, then the Tulasi Arati and Narsimha Arati, then Japa, then Darshanarati, Bhoga offering. Then they go out, distribute books or prasad distribution, preaching. They come back again, then Shayanarati, sorry, my lunch, the Raj Bhoga Arati. Then evening, 4 o'clock, then even again they go out and distribute books and come back, Nagar Sankirtan. Then evening again, Shayanarati. Like that, they are busy working, not for money, but for Krishna. Grahasthas can earn, work 8 hours. Shastra talks about saying that, especially Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that 24 hours can be divided in three. 8 hours work to earn money so that Grahastha can maintain his family. 8 hours maybe for sleeping, cleaning, bathing, etc. And balance 8 hours, use it for Krishna service, whether for chanting, whether for reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and preaching or distributing books, all those things. We have 8 hours. If somebody says, I don't have time, it's not correct. Now, tomorrow, those who are in Ara Nagar, tomorrow there's a wonderful opportunity. I was told around 3,000 people are expected to come for a function. We are planning to keep a book table. Devotees who are nearby, please come. It's a good opportunity to please Prabhupada. Prabhupada is more pleased when books are distributed. Nothing else. There are many incidents. Prabhupada, when he heard there's a book distribution, he was so pleased. So this is the one wonderful opportunity, especially those who are in Haranagar. Okay, we'll stop. We'll do the next sloka. 34.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Namataji.
Canto 2, Chapter 6, Text 34. न भारती मे अङ्गामृषा उपलक्ष्यते न वै कवचित् मे मनसो मृषा गतिः न मे हृषिकानि पतन्ति असत्पथे यत् मे हृदा अवकान्त्यावत धृतो हरिः. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O Narada, because I have caught hold of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, hurry, with great zeal. Whatever I say has never proved to have been false, nor is the progress of my mind ever deterred, nor are my senses ever degraded by temporary attachment to matter. Purport: Lord Brahma is the original speaker of the Vedic wisdom of Narada, and Narada is the distributor of transcendental knowledge of all over the world through his various disciples like Vyasadeva and others. The followers of Vedic wisdom accept the sentiments of Brahmaji as gospel truth, and transcendental knowledge is thus being distributed all over the world by the process of disciplic succession from time immemorial since the beginning of the creation. Lord Brahma is the perfect liberated living being within the material world, and any sincere student of transcendental knowledge must accept the words and sentiments of Brahmaji is infallible. The Vedic knowledge is infallible because it comes down directly from the Supreme Lord unto the heart of Brahma, and since he is the most perfect living being, Brahmaji is always correct to the letter. And this is because Lord Brahma is great devotee of the Lord, who has earnestly accepted the lotus feet of the Lord as the supreme truth. In the Brahma Samhita, which is compiled by Brahmaji, he repeats the mm, Aporisham, Govindam Adi Purusham Tam Aham Bhajami. I am a worshipper of the original personality of Godhead, Govinda, the primal Lord. So, whatever he says, whatever he thinks, and whatever he does, normally in his mood, are to be accepted as the truth because of his direct and very intimate connection with Govinda, the primal Lord. Sri Govinda, who pleasingly accepts the loving transcendental service of his devotees, gives all protection to the words and actions of his devotees. The word declares in the Bhagavad Gita 9.31, Kaunteya
Pratijani. Pratijani.
Pratijani, O son of Kunti, please declare it. The Lord asks Arjuna to declare, and why? Because sometimes the declaration of Govinda himself may seem contradictory to mundane creatures, but the mundaner will never find any contradiction in the words of the Lord's devotees. The devotees are especially protected by the Lord so that they may remain infallible. Therefore, the process of devotional service always begins in the service of the devotee who appears in disciplic succession. The devotees are always liberated, but that does not mean that they are impersonal. The Lord is personal eternally, and the devotee of the Lord is also person eternally. Because the devotee has his sense organs even in the liberated stage, he is therefore a person always. And because the devotee's service is accepted by the Lord in full reciprocation, the Lord is also a person in his complete spiritual embodiment. The devotee's senses, being engaged in the service of the Lord, never goes astray under the attraction of false material enjoyment. The plans of the devotee the plans of the devotee never go in vain, and all this is due to the faithful attachment of the devotee for the service of the Lord. This is the standard perfection and liberation. Anyone beginning from Brahmaji down to the human being is at once put on the path of liberation simply by the attachment in great um, earnestness for the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, the primal Lord. The Lord affirms this in Bhagavad Gita 14.26. ममाचा यो अव्ययाभिचरेण भक्तियोगेन सेवते स गुणान् सम समातीयेतान् ब्रह्म भूयाय kalpate. Anyone, therefore, who is earnestly serious in heart and soul about being in intimate touch with the personality of Godhead in the relationship of transcendental loving service will always be infallible in words and action. The reason is that Supreme Lord is absolute truth, and anything earnestly dovetailed with the absolute truth attains the same transcendental quality. On the other hand, any amount of mental speculation on the strength of material science and knowledge without any bona fide touch with the absolute truth is sure to be mundane, untruth, and failure simply due to not being in touch with the absolute truth. Such godless, unfaithful words and actions, however materially enriched, are never be trusted. That is the That is the purport of this important verse. A gain of devotion is more valuable than tons of faithfulness.
Hare Krishna.
Faithlessness. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Wonderful purport by Divine Graces Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
So Brahmaji is saying, O Narada, because I have caught hold of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality Godhead Hari, with a great zeal, whatever is I say, I never proved to have been false, nor is the progress of my mind is ever deteriorated, nor are in my senses ever degraded by temporary attachment to the matter. So, as a practice devotees, Brahmaji is saying that if you get hold of Supreme Lord's lotus feet, if you just surrender to Lord's lotus feet, there is no way I can be deterred from the bhakti. There is no way my words become wrong. There's no way I will be in trouble. And no way there is sense my senses will be degraded. But that is the faith I need. I need to completely surrender to the Supreme Lord. That's where Brahmaji is saying here. So the ultimate objective is to simply surrender to Supreme Lord, and if cannot, at least surrender to his pure devotees, Srila Prabhupada or his disciples. With that, we can attain Krishna's. So Prabhupada writes in purport, Lord Brahma is the original speaker of the Vedic wisdom to Narada, and Narada is a distributor of the transcendental knowledge all over the world through his various disciples like Vyasadeva and others. In the previous verse we discussed, the preaching is the kind of a main services, and especially book distribution, because sometimes my tiny knowledge preaching may not be effective. I may speak for hours together with my impure senses, my tiny knowledge, that may not be effective. But if I give one Bhagavad Gita in somebody's hand, that can transform their life. So preaching doesn't mean that giving big lectures. Preaching is distributing books, distributing prasad. That one prasad can, make their life perfect, or that can change their life. So that's why of course, speaking is required, but speaking with my own strength, not at all possible. Yet the mercy of my Guru and Prabhupada, maybe it can affect. But more than that, if I distribute one Bhagavad Gita or one Bhagavatam or little Prasadam, their life can change. That's why Prabhupada is saying, like Narada. Narada, wherever he goes, Narayana, 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 that's all saying. What Vyasadeva did? Vyasadeva did not preach, he just wrote. What Srila Prabhupada did? Srila Prabhupada preached as also wrote so many books so that people can read, people can understand. So the knowledge, Prabhupada says that it originally given to Brahmaji. Tene Brahma Hridayadi Kavaye, the Bhagavatam says, Tene Brahma Hridayadi Kavaye. So all the knowledge is revealed in the hearts of Brahmaji. So there is no mind-to-mind transfer, heart-to-heart transfer. The spiritual knowledge doesn't transfer from mind to mind. Maybe material knowledge can transfer mind to mind, but spiritual knowledge is always heart to heart. That's why Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. Divya Gyan is Hriday Prakashito. It reveals. I don't have to aspire so many knowledge. My only knowledge required that I need to serve Krishna. That's it. If that knowledge is there, balance, all knowledge comes. That's why Prabhupada says Vedic knowledge is infallible because it comes down directly from Supreme Lord unto the heart of Brahma and further down. So for us also, many times we would have observed in our life, when many times, my own experience also, when we're going to coming to speak, I would have prepared so many things, but there I had to speak totally different, because on the spot, what Lord inspires, Lord gives is totally different. No, because we depend on Krishna. That's what we need. So whatever I speak, if I depend on Krishna and Acharyas, Guru Sadhu Shastra, that can be effective. So my dependence on him, without my pride, my ahankara of my knowledge, if I do that, it can be effective. So in proper the time also, there are great politicians, big politicians who could attract lakhs of people. But Prabhupada did not have that kind of attraction. But see what Prabhupada did. He transformed the world. He transformed the millions of people's life. But those politicians could not do anything. People would have come and ate biryani and gone, finished. But today, Prabhupada is worshipped every part of the world, not only in this, maybe in the spiritual world also. Wherever is worshipped, whereas other politicians, they're all gone because Prabhupada's pure heart and his dependence on his spiritual master. We can see Prabhupada in preface to Bhagavad Gita writes, he says that I have not done anything. I just simply followed my spiritual master's order. And he says, I'm requesting you also do the same. Simply follow that, everything will be okay. Prabhupada here says that, and this because the Lord Brahma is a great devotee of the Lord who has earnestly accepted lotus feet of the Lord Supreme Truth. So that is the point. Simply accept it. And here Prabhupada also quoting from Bhagavad Gita, Kaunteya Pratijani, he says, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma Sashvat Shantim Nigachati Kaunteya Pratijani Name Bhakta Pranashati. He says, Kripram Bhavati Dharmatma Kaunteya Pratijani. Arjuna, you go and declare that my devotees never perish. So Prabhupada says that, yes, Krishna himself would have told that my devotees never perish. People may doubt because Krishna promised so many things. Krishna did not do it. But Krishna will ensure that his devotees' words are taken care. There are so many incidents. So many incidents. Jayadratha's case, Arjuna promised that I'll kill Jayadratha. Krishna ensured that Jayadratha is killed. And so many boons Brahma gave, and Krishna comes such a way that Brahma's words are kept, like whether Hiranyakashipu or Ravana, whatever it is. Like Hiranyakashipu had a word, vara, the boon, that should not be killed in the down, up, fire, water, night, day, weapons, so many boon he has taken. But Narasimhadev came, kept all the boon given intact, and within that he killed. Similarly, Ravana also taken the boon. He had taken a boon that is, that I should not be killed by so many people, but he forgot to ask that I should not be killed by human. So Lord Krishna or Rama came in the human form and killed him. So Krishna will fulfill all our desires. Only thing is we need to have that faith. Of course, Prabhupada also talks Lord as a person, is not imperson. Devotee senses of being engaged in service of the Lord never goes astray under the attraction of false material enjoyment. So when we serve Krishna, full faith, our senses also will be taken care. Prabhupada also talking from 1426. He says, Mamacha Abhicharena Bhakti Yogena Sevate. Let me just read the translation. 6. It says, one who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to level of Brahman. So again, one who engages in full devotion without any failure, without any doubt. He is fully taken care by Krishna. So that's a purport also saying that Supreme Lord is absolute truth, and anything earnestly devoted with absolute truth is attains a transcendental quality. And also Prabhupada further last says that so simply due to not being touched with the absolute truth, such godless, unfaithful words, actions, however materially enriched, are never be trusted. The so-called philosophers, so-called materialists, how much clever may be, their words will not have effect. So that is the purport of this important verse says. So simply surrender to Krishna. If you see Prabhupada's purport, Prabhupada's classes, always simple. He doesn't make any big PPT, big jugglery of words. No, he simply says that you are not this body, you are the spirit soul. Chant 16 rounds, full of regular principles. That's it. You know, and do Nagar Sankirtan, book distribution. These are the basics he talks. He doesn't talk big philosophy. Of course, today there are so many speakers they take one word, make so many, kind of what is that, lectures out of it. But Prabhupada is generally very simple because that is what required. Because Prabhupada says a grain of devotion is more valuable than tons of faithlessness. A grain of devotion is more valuable than tons of faithlessness. So that is the ultimate lesson we should take. A grain of devotion is more valuable than tons of faithlessness. If you take that in our life also, life will be successful. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here. Devotees can share the comments. Who want to start? Maybe Shridev Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pranams.
Pranam Mataji.
So if we catch hold of Lord, uh, what Brahmaji says is because I caught hold of the lotus feet of the Lord. So whatever I say, it never proved false. And whatever progress my mind, whatever my progress my mind is, it is never deterred. And whatever my senses, they are never degraded. So Brahmaji in Brahma Samhita also he says that um, he repeatedly says that uh, the Krishna, the original personality of Godhead, and whatever he says, whatever he speaks, whatever he thinks, everything is truth, and it is the direct and very intimate connection is with Govinda, the primeval Lord Sri Govinda, who pleasingly accept the loving, the transcendental service of his devotees. He gives protection to his devotees. So simply surrender to the Lord and be in devotional service. That's what even Prabhupada also says, just what you said, Prabhuji, that simple way of devotional service, just chant 16 rounds. Read Prabhupada's books, distribute books, take prasadam, and follow 4 regulatory principles. That way, we can progress in bhakti. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Uma Shankar Prabhu. Sorry. Anything? Prabhuji. Go ahead.
So even book distribution plays the important role for the preaching activity. That can take.
Book Krishna is the topmost service. Prabhupada always said that. Because one book is like a time bomb in somebody's hand. He may read today, or if he doesn't read, one day he will touch. His life is successful. There's so many cases. So definitely we should take that book distribution as one of the best service. Yes, Prabhu, please go ahead.
Recently also one of the classes it was told that one of the devotees returned midnight after distributing the book, and he told that hope everybody has returned and they have slept. So at the time the temple authority told that nobody has come returned yet. So he again goes back for distributing the books. That's it.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. So Shruti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. That's what today's takeaway from the classes. First one that Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigra Anadi Radha Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. See, like this only origin of Sanatana Dharma is from Krishna. So no one can destroy this Sanatana Dharma. And also Krishna provides what is required for us. We can have a lot of desires, but he knows what our requirements are, and he provides. And we have seen this in ISKCON temples or wherever, many places. We see that things are required, and suddenly Krishna will provide that some or the other way. And the other thing is, in the shloka number 34, we understood that we have to simply surrender to the Supreme Lord. And Krishna, either if we surrender to the Supreme Lord or through his pure devotees, like the Guru Parampara, we have to surrender to the Gurus like Srila Prabhupada and his disciples, and then we'll be able to reach the Supreme Lord, because they are like our guides who will show us the path. Like without a guide, it is very difficult to find the path if we think that we can go alone. So that is what I understood. And second one is when Krishna wants to give knowledge, he gives us direct heart to heart, he gives the knowledge transfer. So we just need to do transcendental service to him and his devotees. And also Krishna states in Bhagavad Gita that Mama Bhaktyana Pranishyati, that is, my devotee will never perish. He also has told in Bhagavad Gita that Arjuna asked a question, okay, maybe some devotee does little bit amount of devotion in this life, then he chooses another path, but will his devotion go waste? So Krishna tells that no, when he takes rebirth, from the whatever knowledge he has gained in the previous life, from there only he will start. It is not like he has to go from beginning. So whatever how much ever amount of spiritual knowledge we gain, that will never go waste. So that's what he has also told. And also when we are engaged in Krishna consciousness, all the devotees senses are also engaged in the service of the Lord, and we will not go astray under any attraction and false ego. And all this is what I understood, Prabhuji. Thanks. Hare Krishna.
Mataji. Sudhavadi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Dandavat Pranam.
Krishna. Whenever.
So everything is Krishna. Krishna is the cause of all causes. And whether it is spiritual, material, or manifestation, or personal or impersonal, everything is Krishna. And everything comes from Krishna, but only we need to have complete faith in Him. And with complete faith, if we worship, then He takes care of us in every way. And accumulating more than what is required is we need to check on that, because it is desires are endless, and so are the wants of a human. So we need to know where to draw the line. And we need to understand how much I need, and like working more hours than required is also not needed. So it is like 8 hours of work, that is professional work, and 8 hours of sleep, bathing, and everything, and 8 hours in Krishna service, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and distributing books, prasadam, and all that. And Brahma says that if we kept hold of Supreme Lord, there is no way I can be troubled. And I only have to surrender to Supreme Lord. Sometimes my tiny knowledge may not be effective, but distributing Bhagavad Gita books and distributing prasadam will change the people lives. That's how Prabhupada has influenced millions of people around the world. And spiritual knowledge is always heart to heart. My only knowledge is to serve Krishna. And Prabhupada influenced millions of it, that I have already mentioned. And Krishna tells to Arjuna that when we serve Krishna with full faith, um, he takes care of us in every aspect. That is my understanding, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Reena Das Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, is the ultimate source and is the controller of all cause and effects in both material and the spiritual world. So everything is his energy, whether it is the cause and effect, everything rolls back to him. And the key philosophy of is nothing exists or operate independently than Lord Sri Krishna. And Lord Sri Krishna is the cause and effect, is ultimately dependent on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Sanatana Dharma is so much deeply rooted as that of the cause and effect, and hence no one can take the Sanatana Dharma out from us. The basic things that we can do to follow bhakti is chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, do service, distribute books, and prasad. A nice example that you gave is a grain of devotion is more valuable than a ton of faithlessness. I think,
It's
uh,
Prabhupada's word. Prabhupada's purport is written.
yes. So Brahmaji also kept saying that to Narada, that if we just surrender to Lord Sri Krishna, there is no way that we will go wrong at any point of time. But the completely surrendering to Lord Sri Krishna or to its devotee like Srila Prabhupada ji is something that we can do in terms of that is the only way that we can gain the full faith and trust towards the Lord Sri Krishna. So preaching can be done by either distributing books or prasadam, and the spiritual knowledge that we get transferred is done through heart to heart, and only knowledge is to serve Lord Shri Krishna. That's the learning for today, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Kanchana Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Like everybody has told the same thing. This grain of devotion is more valuable than tons of faithlessness. That is devotion. Because of devotion only, Brahmaji says, I'm able to explain to you about the spiritual knowledge. True spiritual knowledge comes from devoted service only. The devotion only purifies the mind, words, which grants nature of unwavering truth. This is material knowledge is from mind to mind, but spiritual knowledge which we get is eternal, and it is from heart to heart. And then the Sanatana Dharma exists because it is coming from Krishna. It cannot be eradicated. Because we hold on to the lotus feet of Krishna, we are able to understand the spiritual knowledge. That's what Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Asha Mataji. Asha Mataji.
Everybody has explained, Prabhuji. I simply have to surrender to Krishna. One thing it just occurred to me. I do book distribution because after coming to this Krishna consciousness, I have not gifted anything other than Bhagavad Gita, smaller, bigger, English or Kannada. And I think so now in during my holidays, I'll be moving around. I'll make it a point to carry one and do as much as possible because I go by train to metro to evaluation and all that. So that has occurred to me when you said that giving book is the most dear devotion which Prabhupada feels. So that has just occurred to me. I have taken that when you told seriously also. I never given any gift other than Bhagavad Gita to anybody.
Thank you
Hare
so much.
Krishna.
You can declare the Ram Katha winners, Mataji. That is, nobody's here, maybe. Yeah, the Uma Shankar Prabhu is there. Yes, declare, Mataji. Let's see.
Yeah. Thank you
Of
for
course,
attending.
it doesn't mean that others are losers. Everybody's winners. Please don't think that others are losers.
Prabhuji wanted everyone to attend all 7 days and attempt all the questions. And I know some of you have attended all 7 days. And Kokila Mataji is the first one. And maximum days she has given correct answer. So she is on the top. And then we have one Gauranga Prabhu. And other one is Shailaja Mataji. She's from the Tulu Bhagavatam group we have in the morning. So these are the three people. And yes, as Prabhuji said, there were days, some of you have correct answered all correctly, some days not. So
Google form did not work the day one. So all
sir,
those, please excuse us for that.
yeah, first day was a flop. That is my I'm really my apologies for that. We tried something actually different. Prabhuji wanted it different. If we would have prepared in advance, we could have avoided all those mistakes. Yeah, that's Krishna's will again. I had to make me more to create some kind of humility. Yes, I was not having that earlier, but this time when devotees were saying also it is not happening, it is that this, I have taken it very coolly. So that is one thing. And one more thing, Prabhuji, I wanted to share this with you. This group is more or less like a family now, I will tell you.
Yes. Yeah.
Today I had one parent inquiring about his child, and then school is not doing this, teachers are not doing that, teachers that, this, and a lot of conversation I had. And he has almost 4 o'clock I was supposed to leave, and he made me leave at 5 o'clock because 1 hour with me. But one thing, I have not lost my patience at all. I think if it would have been earlier, I would have maybe walked out within half an hour. But I have Krishna has given me that strength to listen to him and then answer. So Prabhuji,
The
I'm
student
very
is was speaking, parents is speaking.
no parent, father was speaking, Prabhuji.
Wow. Blaming teachers and school, huh?
Yes.
Super.
Their expectation is very high, so that's one thing. But I'm very thankful to you because you are the one who brought me here, and then I
But I am
have
not practicing that, please.
Krishna has given me that strength, Prabhu.
I lose my temper so easily. Sorry, but
No, he was really interviewing and irritating. It is not actually, but then I did not lose my patience. I just, after the meeting, first thing I remembered you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So
Hari
Madhaji,
Bol Mataji.
please
Hare
convey
Krishna,
to
Prabhuji.
Kokila Mataji.
Mataji is there, Prabhuji.
Super. Congratulations, Kokila Mataji.
Thanks, Prabhuji.
So
Congratulations, Mataji.
please come and
Congratulations,
collect.
Mataji.
This is the topper.
Congratulations.
That means there are so many other winners. So please, others, everybody give an answer. So we have to select one person. That's we selected. That's it. So it doesn't mean that she is the only winner. Of course, yes, she has attempted all this. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thanks,
Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Hare
Thanks.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, so we'll end here. See you
And
tomorrow.
one thing, Prabhuji, I can tell in case of Ashamadis that the parent, that we can take it positively, because nowadays even parents don't take care of their children. They don't ask anything. Just pay the fees, drop them to school, and take it back again. But at least he has made some attempt that something has to be done to his children. That we can take it in a positive manner. That's it. Because nowadays everything is going in gadgets. So that is the thing.
True.
That's it.
But blaming one side is not, you should accept
That is
his
not true,
responsibility
but
also.
one positive thing that we can take, that he has taken some initiative so that his child can get something better.
Yeah, same
But,
thing you could have put in such a way that, how can you help me? You could have,
mm,
completely different
yeah,
tone.
that
How
only
can we
Prabhuji,
help
that
our
he
child?
has not got that kind of patience. Might be if he has joined our community, then he should have got that patience, and he could have think how can we make it better. That's it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Thank you. I think teachers is really tough. I was told Finland is the only country where teachers given highest pay and highest respect. The Finland is a country where teachers' job is getting a job is so difficult because only highly qualified people get job and they are highly paid. And that's the reason the whole country is more happiest, more peaceful. Because teachers, they create a good citizens. But today, if no other job, they become teacher. So nowhere else then go some school, do something, because school also wants that, because what else do? Anyway, so sorry for that. We'll stop here. Vancha kalpatarabhyasya kripasindhabhyo cha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namano ananta koti vaishnav vrinda ki jai grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. There are still some devotees are missing. Please, possible, remind them. We have around 30, 40 devotees in the group, but only 10, 11 is coming.